What's up, guys? My name is Mario.
My name is Silvia.
My name's Bao.
My name is Jesus.
Welcome back to the Con Huevos podcast, guys. Woo!
I feel like last time you couldn't really hear the claps. We
No,
gotta
I
fix
had
that.
it like really low because I was trying to figure it out. I also didn't want to
okay.
blow your guys' eardrums out. So I was
Thank
because
you.
it gets really loud. Let me try.
A ver.
blows them out. I went that is really loud.
Yeah, so
We don't need that.
yeah. But anyways, guys, welcome back to another episode, and we got a special guest. Yeah, they kind of chingar. Madre. Jesus, bleep that out. But guys, like I said, he did not quit the podcast. You guys obviously don't listen.
No
You guys
one listens. Got so many messages like, "Oh, why'd you leave?" This
You
and
should have
that.
told them to listen.
I did. I was
go
like, "Did you listen to literally the episode that
They talk
explains
about it,
like
yeah.
within like the first 5 minutes?"
Nomás querían el chisme, pinches chismosos.
Yeah, but I'm back permanently. I think I only missed like one, anyways.
You
Yeah.
really did only miss one. Technically, it would
You
have been
gave
two.
everybody blue balls, basically.
But yeah, it was.
It would have been two, but
But guys, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
He did not quit, guys. He just, like I said, your boy just needed to upgrade his paycheck, like we all do. So get off your lazy ass and work, mother.
yeah, I got what's called my Series 7, which is like something in the finance industry. So
I thought there was only one Siri.
no, there's like a ton of them, but I'm trying to collect them all like
Where's your button? But I'm
like Thanos, just trying to collect all the series.
all the rocks.
Yeah.
All the
And
stones.
so I did it because they give you a bonus and then you qualify for a raise, and also it just opened up doors like for any job opportunity in the future. So
Nice. Congrats.
yeah, I just wanted to. I was literally like, it was like it only took like 4 or 5 weeks, but like every day, like even like I would go out with these guys, like, hey, I'm going home to study.
Yeah.
Like I was literally studying like 4 or 5 hours a day.
Well, because you also have to pay for each attempt, right?
I didn't pay, but if
Oh.
I pass it on the first one, I get like a first time bonus from my job. So I was like, I just need to pass it on the first and forget about this.
Okay.
So now I have it. It's forever mine, and I'm a couple dollars
Well,
richer.
congratulations,
Congrats. Yes,
Hold on.
it's very exciting.
Yeah, so all you guys that were sending death threats to us,
God
fuck you
damn,
guys, man.
chill
What was that
out.
one guy that was like, damn, he carried the podcast? Jesus barely even talks, guys.
Shout out Bogart. That's what it was.
Is that what it was? Anyways, I like your socks, Celia.
Thank
You
you.
know, I
Those
just
are
told her
nice
that
faces.
too.
Socks.
Yeah. But guys, welcome back. We've had it's been an interesting beginning of the year.
It has. It's been 15.
Heavy.
No, I don't know how many days, but
Yeah.
2 whole weeks, and it feels like it's been forever.
Yeah. So before we dive deep into these things, we do want to send our hearts out to everybody out in LA. At the time that we're recording this, I think the Eaton fire was at like 30-something% contained, and the Palisades was, I think, at 17 still.
Still so low.
I could be wrong, but this is at the time of recording, guys. So by the time this comes out, I don't even know.
Yeah, it's
But-
probably all
There's a
gone.
few days before.
Yeah.
Yeah. So just keep that in mind.
Yeah. So
Don't fact check us, okay?
our hearts out to LA. You know, it wasn't about politics. It wasn't about red and blue. It wasn't about San Diego versus LA. Who reps their city more, better, culture more, better, who has the best tacos, Otani versus Tatis. This was about just being human and having a little compassion and for humanity. You know, it was a rough beginning. Like, imagine losing your home, like everything. Some people couldn't even go back to their houses
Yeah.
and get anything. So all they had was just their clothes on their back and the gas in their car. Like, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So our hearts out to LA. We don't want to make this really, really sad today. So and special shout out and thank you to everybody who's been participating and helping and contributing their time, their money, all their efforts, especially the ones who helped us out, giving us physical donations here in San Diego, and everybody who has helped us out with the donation to the Pasadena Humane Society. That was a lot of, oh my God. That was amazing help, guys. Thank you
no.
so much. I don't know what the hell just happened. We'll fix that right now. Put that right there. And a special thank you to specifically to La Lucha Podcast, the girls there, and the whole team there, and everybody at Los Brownies Podcast. You guys have been amazing, real troopers, and honestly, from the bottom of my heart, I can't thank you guys enough for being real ones in the podcast world. So
Very
we love you
supportive.
guys. Here's a little.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Un aplauso. God, it feels like I've been talking for hours. Holy
Just like this month has
Oh
felt.
my God. But anyways, does anyone want to take the lead while how's everybody's years going? Enough said.
You basically
You started us
summarized
off
it.
on a great
Here, you
note.
want me to do it? It's because you have to.
So yeah, interesting beginning of the year, guys.
It has been very interesting, honestly. Yeah, I mean, for me, I feel like it's been really long, which is interesting because we're not that far into the year.
It's only Monday.
Well, so this week I felt that way. It was Tuesday, and I felt like it was supposed to be Friday, and I was like, why? Has this week felt like an eternity, and I've lived 2 whole days. That Tuesday, I thought it was already Thursday, and when somebody said something about like, oh, tomorrow Wednesday, I was like, what? What do you mean tomorrow Wednesday? So yeah, it's been long. It's been interesting. It's definitely been a roller coaster of emotions for me, but it's been good, for us here, I guess. Like the way I look at it is like I'm very grateful that we're all okay and that everybody we know is okay and that hopefully we can continue moving forward from everything that's happening. But yeah, it's been interesting.
It's felt really heavy, but at the same time, I felt like so much of my faith in humanity was restored
Yeah,
a little bit.
I agree.
And just seeing people really come together has been really cool, but it sucks, the circumstance. So it's like that weird duality that,
It
it's
really
just been
was
a cloud.
cool seeing everybody like work together. Everybody
Yeah.
collabing and stuff like that. But there was one part of, like at some point where I was kind of getting upset because there was a lot of finger pointing at one point. And like I said, like it wasn't, I mean, to an extent about politics, but it was much more about that, and at one point there was a lot of people like pocket watching and like, what are you doing? And I kind of fell into it. I'm not going to lie, for a little bit. I was like, well, to keep it brief, I was just like, some of these influencers aren't even posting anything. Like you have a platform, you worked hard to do it, like influence. But then I kind of had to take a step back and I was like, well, I also don't know what they're doing behind the scenes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Not
I really,
everyone's recording.
yeah, but to Jesus, like I couldn't really prejudge them over something I didn't know what was happening.
Yeah.
It was just what they were posting online. And trust me, I get the whole not posting thing because I'm not the biggest fan of like doing something good, recording it and posting it online. I just feel like you kind of dibble dabble in this fine line of like validation, and I just personally can't do it. So it was really hard for me to be like not judgmental and be judgmental at the same time. So I just know that we were able to do what we could with our platform and we were able to help a lot of people, and I'm really grateful for everybody who pulled together and helped out. But it was at one point I was just like, what the fuck is going on? Like so many finger pointing, everyone's mad at each other, but at the same time everybody's helping each other. Like what the fuck?
Yeah, I think the way I looked at it the entire time, for me, it was more like I didn't really care what everybody else was doing, like I was very like, I'm gonna do what I can do, and like I by myself don't have a huge platform, and I mean our friend that put together that took all the donations up to LA also, didn't have a large platform, so that's why he reached out to us. And I think that even like there was a few people that only follow me that like don't follow Rick Huevos that ended up seeing it and ended up donating, like little things like that, to where it was like it. And I did post it. It was like, it doesn't matter how big or small your platform is, like you'll reach someone. And you actually posted this and I really liked it. And I like kind of like lived by it after I saw it. And it was, do for one person what you wish you could do for everybody.
Yes.
And I was like, yes, because truthfully that one person, it's going to change
it's a
their
ripple
world,
effect.
you know? So yeah, I think the way that I looked at it was more like, I don't really care what everybody else is doing. Like, I know that I want to at least help in some way. And for a while I was conflicted because I didn't know how to help. And like
you feel so helpless.
Yeah.
It is such a big problem. And so that's why I posted that, because it kind of grounded me a little bit, where you're just like, at least my post then attracted people to come drop stuff to you. And it just makes it that much more of an outreach, and it doesn't have to be global. You start local, and then eventually, hopefully, it bleeds into something bigger.
But, you know, I think we really came together as a community, and I think we helped a lot. And I think that.
Yeah, I mean, even until now, it's been about a little over a week, if not a week.
Yeah.
And I'm still getting DMs about like, where can I drop stuff off?
Same.
Donations.
We had to put a pause on it.
we did, unfortunately, but gratefully, all the shelters in LA at this current moment are like to capacity with clothes.
Yeah.
So they're only really accepting the newer stuff, which makes sense because it's underwear, socks. I mean, no one really wants to use that use. I mean, there's people that'll pay for it, but those are perverts. So
Right. Well, I did see that people were donating like used undergarments and stuff, and I was like, why would you do that?
I think some people just took it
Yeah.
as like an opportunity to get rid of crap.
to
Maybe
offload
it
Yeah.
was luxury ones. You never know.
Yeah.
But they're used.
Jesus.
Maybe it was Tom Ford Johnny's. You don't know.
Jesus just comes out with some Hermes fucking.
Yeah, I did see. I saw a lot of information on it. I was like, yeah, I mean, I get it, but like when you're taking that opportunity to offload, you're also, it's kind of more on you. Like it's helping you more than it's really helping the other
for sure.
people, you know. So it's like, I don't know, a little conflicted there too. But
there were some shelters that were turning away volunteers because they were so.
they were at
At
max
capacity,
capacity.
Yeah, so that's really nice to see.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was nice to see that everybody came together as a community.
Yeah, that's
and
what I meant. Not
agree.
nice to see everything.
Yeah.
I was like,
No,
that could've
I know.
been- that could've been-
That's nice to see.
I think, I think it was nice to see everybody come together and just, you know, help
Yeah.
out however any like people could. And a lot of times it's really hard to help monetarily. Like things are expensive, you know, and like sometimes you're barely making it and like struggling and just trying to get by. So a lot of the times people can't help out with money, but a lot of the times people do have things that they can donate that will help.
Yeah.
So
I got $5.
yeah,
That's all I can do.
But for myself,
that's all I have left for the rest of the week.
mis ahorros.
I can pay you in blocks.
Just a baby.
Yeah, I forgot what I was gonna say. But anyways, yeah, that kind of triggered me for a little bit. Like once I started seeing all those like pocket watchers, and I was like, well, what the fuck are you doing? But
But you
to
don't know.
each their own. But yeah, anyways, thank you to everybody who has helped out.
Yes.
It really means a lot, especially us over here because we did feel helpless because we were so far, but at the same
Also
time
so close.
so fucking close. Yeah,
Yeah.
like perspective wise, I mean Anaheim's only what an hour and a half, 2 hours away, and that was pretty close to where everything started happening.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Disneyland's still up and running.
Dude, I saw
lighter note.
I saw people at Disneyland while the fires are happening, and I was like, how are they not like suffocating?
There's
Yeah.
less people,
Yeah,
less
that's true.
lines. Might as well take advantage of it.
I didn't
I'm
even
saying.
Travis
Yeah.
With the gas mask. He's like, yeah.
the 95 masks. We have a ton of them. If anybody needs one,
Dude, we need to give those away.
Yeah.
Next shipment.
Yeah. No,
Send
well,
it
that's why we have them, because we're waiting for the next time we can send them up.
Yeah.
But
But anyways, we started the year off con un reto
we did.
with a little bit of a challenge.
Challenge.
Wait, hold on, Jesus. Updates for you. Are you good?
Yeah, I'm good.
Sorry. I just got like really used to it.
No worries. Yeah, my year's actually been going by quick, which is, I guess, because I've been keeping myself busy. Besides like the studying stuff, I did also go through some relationship changes. So
Changes the system.
I'm not gonna go too much into detail, just out of respect and privacy. I'm no longer with my ex, and that is another reason why I also took a break.
Jesus
like,
is on the market, ladies.
that too.
Hold on.
But I guess when you go through something like that, it just like mentally destroys you. So like even everyone noticed, you know, even I didn't even say anything to my parents. They just noticed right away. So that started back in October. So my New Year's essentially started earlier because I started working on myself as soon as, you know, that happened.
It was
you know?
that winter arc.
Yeah, I got a head start on everyone. I went back to like exercising. Like literally, I had been exercising every single day. I could barely do 10 push-ups my first day. Right now, I'm doing 100 a day without a sweat.
Okay.
And I've been adding and adding to that. But that, saving. I even did a while of no drinking, but then I relapsed hard, and but it's been fine.
Yeah.
But a lot of saving and just a lot of processing, and I guess a lot of you know how people learn a lot of things during relationships or like after relationships. And at first I was like, I didn't learn anything. Like I was like, what the heck? Like this is just bullshit. Like what the hell? Like I did everything I could and this and that. And but at the end of the day, I did learn two things. One thing is I know that I love the way I am in a relationship. So I know how I act, I know how I am, I'm loyal, I do whatever I can and I go all in, and I'm always trustworthy or like trusting other people. And I love that about me. Even though people tell you, no, don't trust people, this and that, like I don't want to be part of that. I'd rather just go in trusting people until, something happens.
Yeah.
That's just me.
That's a
And
good
I
way to
love
be.
that. And I'm just going to move forward with that, knowing that, hey, I can do relationships. I'm okay with it. It didn't work out here, but I can move forward. The second thing that I learned was I can receive love in other ways. For example, my friends, family, just support, just having this network that I built up over the years that helped me get out of the hole that I was in. And I appreciate all of you guys that have reached out, and people that I don't really talk to reached out. Because, all I can say is make sure you're keeping in touch with your friends. If you're going through a breakup, even if it's not a breakup or just grieving something, like cry for help. Like someone's going to reach out. You're not alone. But but now I'm good. Everything's fine. That's why I'm back too.
Yeah, if he looks a little red in the camera, it's always he's allergic to Ollie.
That's why I'm crying.
He's
I'm
not
like
crying,
looking
guys.
at
He's
him and I'm like, it kind of looks like he's crying, but I
allergic
swear
to
he's
some
not.
dogs and some cats, even though I have dogs and cats. So. But no, everything's been good. This new year's been great. Rekindling friendships, and I'm excited for this year.
That's good. I'm really happy to see that, you're that you're feeling better, and that you're just the way that your perspective on everything now, and I mean, we've talked about this, but like your world does crumble down, and it's allowed to, and you're allowed to process your emotions, and you're allowed to feel a certain way, as long as you know that at the end of the day, like everything's going to be okay,
Yeah.
and if it's not okay, then it's not the end, then you just keep trekking forward.
Yeah, I was just going to say, like, if you just kind of just got to let those emotions just flow and process it and think about it and do what you got to do, but don't bottle it up. That's something I've learned too. That's different for me now from like my previous relationships. My previous relationships, I would just go out to drink, distract myself, do this and that. Now, like I straight up gave up alcohol. I started working on myself versus trying to avoid all that, I guess you could say.
Good.
So-
I'm glad you found healthy outlets.
Yeah.
Because it sounds like in your career you're doing better, in your health you're doing better. And those are definitely outlets that you want to start working on after a relationship, but you want to keep working on them even in like your next relationship, because you want to make sure you're on top of your things. So I'm glad that it brought that for you.
Yeah. I'm excited.
We're glad you're back.
Yeah, I'm glad to be back.
Pa todos los gorrones. But like Jesus said, I mean, don't feel afraid to reach out. I think that's something like as guys, I think women too, like it's a toxic trait. I know for me definitely is reaching out for help, just because I know how burlesco sometimes our friends can be, especially our guy friends. And I'm not shying away from making fun of my friends either. I'm the number one bully in our friend group. But it is really hard sometimes as a man to like ask for help, and especially when it comes down to like relationships and love.
Yeah,
because you don't want to come off as a simp or
you're
like,
taught to like man up.
Or like whatever. It is what it is. It's toxic masculinity. So props to you, because I would have definitely fell down a crazy dark hole.
Nah, it's because I had you guys. You guys were there to hold my hand.
Ay,
We're
qué
always here.
bonito.
Anyways, guys, Jesus is back. Let's bring up this mood. But guys, speaking of changes, we did start with the reto. Jesus, congratulations, by the way. I don't mean to dismiss you, but
No, you didn't.
all right. We did start.
We'll circle back.
We'll circle back
We're
this
in the
time
new
next
year.
year. We did start this year with a challenge, the 75 hard challenge,
We
guys.
did.
The notorious. Well, I did medium. These girls over here did hard, but it is the most difficult fucking thing I have done to date.
All right. So for those who don't know what 75 hard is, are you going to explain to them?
Yes, to the best of my abilities. So for the
Should we
next
let the fitness
70
coach
Oh
do
yeah.
it?
Why are you so quiet over there?
Because you keep talking.
I know shit. I'm telling you, I feel like I've been
Not
talking
giving
for like
anybody
2
an
hours.
opportunity over here.
God damn. How long have we been here?
All right, 75 hard.
turn off the
It's
mic.
75 days, 2 workouts a day. One has to be outdoors, and typically a total of 90 minutes minimum. So 2 45-minute in a perfect world, one inside, one outside. A gallon of water every day. You follow a pretty strict diet, so no sugar, no fast food, no alcohol. You have to read 10 pages of a book, and it has to be nonfiction. So it has to be like self-help or some self-development. You have to record it every day. And if you fuck up, you start all the way back to 0 and it starts the 75 days all over again.
Damn.
Yeah.
Yep.
That
Have
is
you never
tough.
heard of it, Jesus?
No. I
No.
mean, I did know, but I'm letting you guys explain.
okay.
Yeah.
No, I'm just
I've
kidding.
actually never
No.
done the full 75 days. I've only done it for 30 ever.
Okay. On purpose, or you just
On
did third?
purpose,
Okay.
yeah. I used to, when I was losing weight, I used to do every January I'd go like vegetarian because I felt like I needed an extreme diet or else I'm not doing it. And so I kind of would do a version of that. And then when I learned about 75 hard, 75 just sounds really aggressive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like 2.5 months. That's a long time.
It is pretty far
It
out,
is.
yeah.
Yeah. And then if you fuck up,
Start
it just
over.
restarts.
Yes.
Like, what if you fuck up
You're
on day
already-
50?
You're
Yeah.
like, you're already
That's
half
like
of
the
the year.
never ending hell. And so I was like, I could do a month because I was used to doing that already. And I think I decided to do it this year. Number one, because one of my gyms was doing it. And so we're doing it with the clients. But I really like how it instills healthy habits because it's not about like the aesthetic. You're 2 workouts. And I think this is the biggest misconception.
Yeah.
Because everybody goes like balls to the wall and they're like, I have to go to the gym. I have to go on a run. But you could literally go for a 45-minute walk.
Yeah.
And then you could literally do like a slow flow yoga if that's your rest day. And you don't have to go ham every single day because you should be resting, but your rest days should be active rest days. You should still be getting your steps in. You should be reading those books. You should be eating pretty healthy. So I like that it's kind of a well-rounded challenge that isn't really focused on like aesthetic and exercise. It's more just kind of building those healthy habits.
Yeah.
So I was like, fuck it, I could do 75 hard. I do 365 of all kinds of other bullshit. 3 workouts a day sometimes. So might as well.
Yeah.
That's why Andy Frisella kind of created it, right? Was to change to kind of change those habits.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
Andy Frisella is so aggressive that it makes me not want to do it
And
every
me
time
too.
he talks about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had to
Yeah.
stop listening to his podcast. I was like a Andy Frisella, like, I don't know what you want to. I was just his fan.
Yeah.
But then he started getting like really aggressive, and I was like, "Boy, you need to chill the fuck out."
Yeah.
But
No, for
He needs
real.
to turn it down to medium.
listen,
A little too hard.
We're gonna do squishy soft.
I remember the first time, well, because my mom wanted to do a 75 hard back during COVID. But I was like, ma'am, we're all fighting for our lives right now. Like, we're barely
Now
trying,
is
like,
not the time,
surviving.
señora.
Yeah. And so she got, like, not mad at us, but she was like, oh, you guys suck. Like, I wanted to do it, like, a few years ago. You didn't want to do it with us. And I was like, I was not in the headspace for that,
Yeah.
you know? But I remember when she told me about it, I was like, okay, I'll listen to the episode. I already knew I didn't like listening to Andy Frisella because I don't like the way he speaks. I feel like he's yelling at me, and like I don't like being yelled at, especially not by male figures. So like I was just like,
story, guys.
no, I'm like, yeah. No, seriously.
I was yelling at the speaker.
Pero bájale.
Pero ¿por qué me gritas? And so I remember I listened to the episode about 75 hard, and I was like, no, like this sounds horrible.
This
This,
ain't
sounds miserable. I'll never do this. Here we are, 5 years later, 75 hard.
Yeah.
But
How
Well,
many,
like-
how many days are you guys in since the beginning of the year?
Today's 11.
Yeah.
today, yeah, well,
We hit double
By the-
digits yesterday.
Yeah. By the time this comes out, it'll be somewhere up there.
2 weeks.
Yeah.
yeah.
Ish.
When this comes out, it'll be exactly 2 weeks and a
Actually,
day.
Yeah.
And then has it been getting easier?
No.
No.
No?
No.
No. So
I want a fucking cookie so
I
bad.
need an IV of sugar so bad.
And that's what it really is. So I had a headache the other day. Oh, when
it's a
was
sugar
it?
withdrawal.
Yeah, and I was like, I drink coffee. Like, it's not a caffeine headache. Like,
You're detoxing, bro.
Yeah, and then I'm on my way
also think
home,
that's
and
right.
it went. I was on my way home.
I'm
and
angry.
Yeah. I'm. That's why I'm so irritable.
So I mean, yeah, it could be one of the reasons.
Yep.
When was it the other day? I was just at work and I was just pissed off for no reason. Like, I had just gotten to work.
I don't know. You're always
Just
mad
because I
at
said
work.
I texted you and your
Like,
mom.
which one? Which
Hold
day?
on, irritable. Anyway, that's what it is. Holy
Yeah.
shit! I didn't even.
Yeah, your body goes through it takes a while for
Yeah.
it to leave.
I guess that makes sense, but I didn't. Wow.
Yeah.
So mind blown right now.
I don't know. I feel like you guys got it, and I feel like it's gonna get easier. You just got to give it some time.
It was
I
really
do
hard.
find, so when I would do like the 30 days, I was like a raging bitch for the first 2 weeks every time. So I was miserable because I couldn't have the things I wanted. I hate restrictive diets,
Yeah.
and as a health and wellness and fitness professional, I don't like a lot of extreme diets because the workout that works for you and the diet that works for you is the one that you're actually going to stick to. And usually people do these crazy things for short periods of time, so they're just not sustainable.
Because you're not going to keep
doing it.
Yeah.
And so I just don't like that, but I would do it for the 30 days just to kind of like purge and cleanse. And the first 2 weeks I was just like, fuck this, fuck you, fuck everyone. And then I noticed probably week 3, and then by the time it was over, week 4, it was like this mental clarity. And then all of a sudden you're like, oh, it's fine. So that's why I was also like, I could do 75 days. Because by the time you barely start to feel something after 30 days, you're like, all right, so in and out with a milkshake. And then you're just like back on your bullshit.
Yeah.
So I'm excited to see what it feels like past the 30 days because I've never done it past that.
I'm still mind blown because I did not think about withdrawals.
Yeah.
At all.
It's like crack.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Holy
I'm
shit.
right there with you.
I mean, minty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like for me, it's been tough. I'm not going to lie. It has been tough. The 2 workouts a day are definitely taking a toll on my body because I felt it the other day. I started to feel it on my knees and I was like, because I'm doing a lot of, I'm doing it the way you said it. So I'm doing 45-minute walks outside. That's my outside workout, but I'm adding resistance and I'm adding resistance to my legs. So I feel like I don't know, my body's just not used to it, especially like I was already walking 30 minutes, but you know, those extra 15 minutes and like the resistance that I wasn't adding, I think like, okay, yeah. So it's been a challenge, and specifically like on the weekends when I'm like not really used to working out, you know, and like I'll go to like a workout class or I'll just kind of like call it a day. And now I'm like, wait, but I have to do both of these things. I can't just do the walk. The food hasn't been that hard for me because I was already kind of
You've been
doing
locked in
it.
for a while. Yeah.
So, and I just stuck to my same like nutritionist plan because I was like, dude, like this has been working for me and I'm not gonna like let everything go to shit because I need to get into this fad diet because of 75 hard. So I'm just sticking to the Nutrologa diet. And the reading, it was something that I already wanted to do, so it hasn't been like super hard. I'm actually reading 2 books at the same time, which is like new, and that has been a little bit of a challenge because I'm like, oh, I don't want to read before bed, you know, or like, oh, well, I already read the 10 pages of like the self-help book. Like I don't want to read these. Like I don't want to read again. So that's
The
been
other day
more.
I tried pulling up, but I pre-read yesterday.
Oh yeah, he's like, but I read 20 pages yesterday, and I was like, well, good for you. Now you gotta read 10 today.
Why'd you do that for?
I've been holding him accountable, and he gets so mad
It's
at
because
me.
at nighttime, once my bed hits once my body hits the bed, I'm just like, oh.
Yahweh.
And I had
What are you reading?
It's called Falling Uphill.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've heard of that one. I haven't read it yet.
It's actually really good. So we stumbled on it like super randomly.
I saw it, and I was like, oh
Yeah,
look.
and
I showed it to
then
you.
she read like the synopsis. I don't even know much about books, so the synopsis, right? and I was like, oh my
Good
god,
job.
sí puedo.
Muy bien.
Isn't synopsis just for movies?
Synopsis.
Synopsis.
Summary, whatever.
Synopsis.
Whatever, the
Yeah,
summary.
the prelude thing.
Oh.
Anyways,
Prelude. He's a reader. Using big words.
hell yeah, I'm on page 80. Okay.
It's funny. I can't get into reading, but
It's
I
because
can-
you
I
haven't
can-
found the right
You
genre.
should be on page 110.
I know. I was like, wait a second.
But if you ask me to
I
watch,
pre-read.
But the problem is I can
Second
watch
book, second
anime
book
all
in.
day, and that's always just reading all day.
Well,
'cause
what
it's all
have you?
Japanese.
What have you? Oh, yeah. Well, what
Doesn't
genre?
count.
It doesn't count. It has to be a
That's fiction.
self-help.
Now it's motivation, never give up.
What are you reading?
It's called The Wealth Money Can't Buy by Robin Sharma.
Ooh, what's the second book?
The Housemaid by Frida McFarlane. It's it's a fiction book.
Got it.
Yeah. That one. So no.
That came out good.
I did. I was like, damn, that was good.
Been
But don't talk
practicing.
about my friend like that.
I'm in this like book club with a few of my friends, and we decided that we do fiction books in that book club because nobody could get into reading like a self-development book last time that we tried.
Yeah.
Everybody was like not reading, and like we would like meet up, and then like nobody had really read, and so I was like, okay, what if we just give this a try, and like let's give this one book a try, because we had all heard really good things about it. So we decided that that's what we're sticking to, and honestly it really helped me. I was never a fiction kind of
I'm
like
picky
person.
with fiction.
Yeah, like it was just never my thing, and I ended up really liking it, and I was like, okay, it kind of helps me just kind of like disconnect, because like I don't ever have any time to disconnect. Like
Yeah.
even when I'm on social media, I'm normally looking at like self-help things. Like it's never, you know,
Yep.
just like doom scrolling. So this has kind of helped just kind of like disconnect my brain before
Yeah.
going to bed.
I'm picky with fiction because I felt like the Twilight series and the 50 Shades of Grey were just not great writing.
No.
Did you ever read those?
I read the 50 Shades of Grey one. I read like the first
was like,
Twilight.
this is
I
like
read
a-
all of Twilight.
I was going to say, which one did you read?
I'm
Hold
like,
on, you're
did
nodding
a
over there. Oh,
5-year-old
crazy.
write this? Like, this is horrible. Like, so I have a really hard time getting into stuff. So then when people recommend stuff, because that's like what everyone's reading, I'm like, no.
Yeah.
The only author I've really ever loved fiction wise is Jodi Picoult. She did My
Okay.
Sister's Keeper.
Oh yeah.
Her books are so heavy.
Yeah.
And I think that's why I like them, because she does like crazy research on the court cases. But there's like, it's everything from like rape trials to
Oh, wow.
like mercy trials, where an old couple, like the husband kills the wife out of mercy to put her out of her misery. And then that's the court trial. And then there's one where like a little girl gets stigmata.
Oh,
like all of
geez.
them are just really heavy. So then I was like, this is too much. Yeah. So fiction is not for
No.
me. I'm reading, what is it? Born to Lead. It's a Brene Brown book. I love
seen
her. She's great. Highly recommend.
Yeah,
Dare,
let us
Dare to
know how it
Lead.
is.
That's what it's called.
Dare to Lead.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let us
No,
know how it is. We
that's a
can
good one.
switch books at the end
Yeah.
when we
Yep.
finish our books.
What are you reading, Jesus?
I've been.
Series 7.
Oh, dude, that was a long read. Yeah. No, but I literally just been watching anime because I'm saying that counts as reading technically.
Do you learn the words?
I know a lot of words.
Say
Like
something. Why is that always the party trick? Say something.
nani, which is like what, or
Nani.
nani. No, it's nani.
Oh,
Like
Nani?
what? Or let's go, like let's go, or
Asiko?
let's go. It's like
Let's go.
let's go, like all right, let's go.
Sounds like slang. Like
I know.
It's kind of, and then damn, I can't think of it right now. And I say it all day too. Like I'm just saying random Japanese words all day.
Just
You're
send
like
it in
me
the
on
group
TikTok.
chat.
Yeah. Every time you learn a new word, let us know.
Hi, like yes, or like okay, or Oni-chan, older brother. There's so many.
You're ready to go to Japan.
I know.
I kind of am, but that would be so confused because there's gonna be no subtitles everywhere. So I'm just gonna be like, what's going on? But
Yeah.
I'll try to read. But I was thinking about the 75 hard. I was like, I think you just need to plan it. Because I was thinking, it's like, what if I start now? I was like, no, I got like Disneyland like in a couple months. And then so I'm like, I can't do it right now.
That's the thing that I learned, and specifically, Celia and I actually had this conversation, and that was the moment I decided I was doing 75 hard, because she looked at me and was like, "This bitch," and I was like, "All right." There's never a good time for it. There's always going to be something.
Yeah.
There's always going to be something coming up, and so what you
that's
have
true,
to
'cause then we have
do,
the wedding.
yeah, like if
Yeah.
you don't do it now, you can't do it before
Then
the wedding.
there's the bachelorette. Then
yeah.
there's the
You want a
wedding.
bachelorette?
Well, not for you.
the bachelor, the bachelor party.
Yeah.
I was thinking if I
Yeah.
do it right after July 4th, after I have a rager.
August, September. No.
Yeah,
August,
no.
September, October. Our wedding's in September.
August, and then September. Yeah. That's so 60 days between July and August. because it's July 4th, so you have the rest
You're
of
gonna
July.
end like right before the wedding, so then you
Damn
can't drink
it.
at the bachelor party.
Yeah, you're gonna be a cheap date at the wedding. That's a long day, bro. We have that thing for 12 hours.
Dude, the party part, just the party part alone, 9 hours.
That's fine. I know how to drink.
Anyways,
I can hang these under the table somewhere.
Los niños.
there's never a good time, and
Yeah.
that's kind of what I looked at. We're going to Oaxaca for our food, for our tasting, and I was like, I can't do it. We're gonna be in Oaxaca, and then Silvia was like, just do your fucking tasting, like it'll be okay. And I was like, you're right, because like I'm still sticking to everything, and like the principle behind it is just like creating these habits and like holding myself accountable, you know, and like I'm gonna be walking all the time in
I was about to
Oaxaca.
say, and if you ever been to Oaxaca, like you,
Yeah.
get
All
you
20
do is walk.
Is
Yeah,
walk.
you get your steps in.
Yeah, like I
Yeah.
can get up early to do a workout class that I watch on my phone. You know, like there you'll find ways. But I think that's what made me think like you're right. Like there's never gonna be a good
Yeah.
time, specifically this year, because there's so many activities and it's like our birthdays. It just so happens that our challenge ends the day in between our birthdays.
So it's funny when
Yeah,
you
that's
you
right.
posted the story that you guys were gonna do it with the Fit Club. There's a Fit Club, right?
The fitness collective, yeah.
I chat GPT'd. I was like, when is 22 days after January 7th? And it said March
75.
75. What did I say? 72?
22.
You said 22
Holy
days.
shit.
I was like, damn, what are you doing? 22
75.
soft squishy.
I just might do it.
I'm actually still thinking about it. I didn't actually start it.
And it landed on March 22nd. And I was like, I might just fuck around and do this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it was kind of like perfect timing because I was like, well, it ends right like for our birthdays, and then from there it's just all the rest of the celebrations for the wedding, you know. So yeah, never a good time. I think if anybody is thinking about doing this challenge, I think it's a good challenge, honestly.
I agree.
I mean, it's been way more challenging for Mario than it has for me because I was already doing a lot of the things, you know, but it's still a mental challenge. This weekend is going to be my true challenge. By the time this comes out, this person already knows, but like I'm in charge of taking the cookies to an event. Ooh. And it's like specific cookies that I really enjoy and I can't eat them. So we'll see how it goes this
That's
weekend.
like you with I was telling her that big old wash bin of cervezas.
Oh, that was
I was so proud of you.
hard.
I saw your story and my heart broke for you through the screen.
And you know what the worst part was? It's just like, Pao and I really like, this is sounding horrible, but we like drinking when it's cold. Como que se te antoja más. And then add on top of that, you a norteño, and then like just the vibe, and I'm just there angry, which makes sense now.
He
I'm
was
like,
mad.
Yeah.
Like actually
Which
mad.
makes sense now
Because
to
you were
why.
on sugar withdrawals,
Yeah.
and alcohol is also just sugar.
So
and it's staring at you in
yeah,
the face.
it had just
in a
happened.
boatload.
That
That shit
shit
was
was a
huge.
shit
You could
ton.
have fit like 5 people in that tub.
No,
That
it
shit
was
was crazy.
It was definitely meant to like ice bath in there.
Yeah.
That shit
No
was
joke.
crazy. Yeah. So we get there and wow, sorry Sarai and Raul. I was not myself. But yeah, I get there and I was super irritable. Like just everything was like stressing me out. I mean, not to mention that like when you're sober and you just see so much drunkenness around you, you're already kind of irritable.
Yeah.
And then
Jealousy.
la neta un poquito. I'm not even gonna
Hey,
front.
but I am really proud of you
Yeah.
because you really
Yeah.
stayed strong.
And that had to
Same.
be like, that was I went to go get someone to drink and I just saw the big old bin and I was just like there like, damn, this is gonna be hard.
And the funny part is that the bin was like behind these curtains because like they're set up. They have these like little curtains because behind them is the canyon. So like technically Mario was like, I really just wanted to like chug one and then walk away and nobody would know.
But then like imagine all you hear in the back is someone go
And then just
5 waters later, I'm fucking plastered. No one knows why.
Yeah. So, but I am proud of you for that.
Thank you. That was really difficult. And then kind of like the main reason why I wanted to start doing 75 Hard, because you had posted it. And it had, I mean, I've been a fan of Andy Frisella since COVID. So
Yeah, you and my mom were on.
we
like,
were,
his-
we were like his army.
nuts.
Yeah, literally.
Damn. It's like, I hate this man.
was
Why do you guys like him
He
so
was probably-
much?
it's just like, what am I missing?
And when she had sent that, like I was like, I had just closed down Vitality Bowls. Like I was depressed
Yeah.
as fuck. Like no, ain't no way in hell I was gonna like not drink and fucking
You weren't in the right
eat
mind
a bag of
frame.
chips. No, and we told her
Yeah.
that, you know, when she had first told us, and then when you posted it, I was like, okay, everyone around me right now is sober. Pal's sober. All of her tias went sober. Her mom's sober.
Pearl's not sober. She doesn't like to drink. She
Well,
doesn't
no,
drink
o sea,
often.
me refiero a que pues no, like when we party and stuff, like even the ones that do drink don't like binge, you know? That's
No,
just-
they
yeah.
have a drink.
Yeah, a drink. Like they're pretty
Polite.
Yeah.
Polite drinkers, yeah.
Normal.
Yeah.
Everybody listening to the podcast, pinches borrachos. We're like, I don't know. They're polite drinkers.
They have 2 or 3.
And like realistically, like we've said it very openly on the podcast, we're very privileged, and I'm very happy that we live so close to the border. But because of that, it comes with the irresponsibility of drinking at
Yeah.
such a young age. So from
And a lot.
and a shit ton, because it was just so accessible.
Culture.
And it was cool.
Yeah. It was cool at the
It
time.
was cool, yeah.
Con mi cubita y mi cigarro. I was fucking badass. Anyways. So, I mean, imagine from like the age of like 16 to 30, how old am I? 32? Like just used to binge drinking. Because like, I mean, everybody that knows me knows that I like to party and I like to drink.
I like to party.
We like to party. And I did in the beginning when COVID happened, like I did have a really bad
Habit.
relationship
Relationship.
with
yeah.
alcohol. I would binge drink even during the week. Like Bao, that's when she had her cake business, and I was just bored as hell sometimes while she was baking, and I would like make cocktails and like random ones. Like I would just find
Yeah.
something on TikTok and I would just go buy it and make it.
And then they invite me over, and then we just drink a lot.
Yeah,
We would drink a lot when we were
I
at
would
that
drink
apartment.
a shit
yeah.
ton in the apartment. And it got to the point where Bao's business was getting pretty popular, and she was baking pretty much every single day into the night. Like there was nights where we would go to sleep at like she would. I would go to sleep before her, but she would go to sleep at like midnight, 1 a.m. And I was just drinking and just binge drinking, and I would finish a bottle of tequila like in 2 days by
There's
myself.
Yeah, there
Yeah.
was a point where you were drinking like Crown Royale
Oh, yeah,
with
Crown
something,
Royale and
and
apple
like
juice
2
or
days
something, yeah.
gone. Like the whole
Damn.
Lemonade. Yeah.
yeah, something weird.
Yeah. But anyways, I transitioned out of that like little by little. I was tapering like from like my low key alcoholism to just socially drinking, which was a little better, and that was kind of like my only way of like accepting the fact that I was an alcoholic, like on the low, and like being able to like control it. I told myself only drink when we go out. The problem is we go out every fucking weekend. Like
Yeah.
there is not 1 month in our calendar that is not booked with some sort of party or
Yeah.
get together. So there I was, relentlessly
No.
fucking pinche gorra, güey.
I know we gotta find a better
yeah.
solution for that.
But I just just
Yeah.
if anyone wants to give us shelves, that would be great.
We're working on the
Yeah.
room, guys.
But I was just
We'll get
drinking
there.
so much, and it just became another unhealthy habit, because then if I wasn't drinking on the weekend or I didn't have plans, I would purposely make plans to start go out to drink.
Yeah.
And then there's this comedian. I was trying to find it earlier, but I didn't want it to seem like I was on my phone too much. There's a comedian where he's like on his podcast, and I'll try to find it, and he says, once I start drinking, I have a glass of wine, I just can't stop. And like the other guy that's interviewing him was like, dude, you're an alcoholic. And then the other guy is like, is that what that is? I thought I was just having fun.
Beer and wine drinker, but once I start, it's hard for me to stop sometimes.
You're an alcoholic.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, that's what it is.
That's what. Oh, wow. I didn't know that. I thought I'd just like to have a good time.
Mario, it's fun.
Yeah. And then, so long story short, fucking tangent. I've been talking for days.
Sorry, it's your
Yeah,
your
it's
time
my
to shine,
podcast.
baby.
Celia posted it. Everyone around me is sober. At the time, Jesus was sober. Well, not drinking, not sober. This sounds weird. But and I was like, you know what? Like, I think this is it. This is the year that we're gonna drink a shit ton because of the things that are happening, you know, the wedding and bachelor party, all that great stuff. So why not just kind of sacrifice it for a little bit? And really, what I really wanted was just a better relationship with alcohol. Because I was that meme. I really was. Like, once you got me started, I just wanted to keep going. Like, I had no end.
Yeah, like we couldn't go to dinner and Mario have a drink or 2 drinks. Like there were out, and I always reference this date because I was just like, all right, well, if you got it like that, because we had just started dating.
Yeah.
And we went, well, not just started dating, but I think it was like our second Valentine's Day. We had either just moved in together or we're about to move in together. And we went to anime.
It wasn't the first one?
No.
Okay. So then it definitely had to be the second
Yeah.
one.
We went to anime and had the best dinner of our lives. Like, I still dream
I got
about
gout
that dinner.
at the dinner table.
Dude, it was the best dinner of my life. Seriously, it was so good. That chef isn't there anymore, so it's not that good anymore. Well, I've heard really good things about their current chef. I haven't been. Not shit talking them. Good place. But Mario found a drink that he really liked and he ordered it and ordered it and ordered it. And like our bill genuinely doubled because of all the drinks, you know?
It was
and so like
creamsicle flavored.
it was good. It was a good cocktail.
Sorry.
It was good.
He also dreams about that dinner, but for different reasons.
Not the same reasons. And I always reference that because it's like, dude, like you seriously, like every time the waiter would come, he would just order another one, you know? And then that's when I realized that maybe there was a problem.
We need to dig deeper.
Dig deeper.
Yeah. So when you posted it, I was like, you know what? Like, I really need to change my relationship with alcohol. And it's not that I'm not going to go back to partying or indulging every now and then, but I think I just wanted to be able to have the mindset where it's like, you can really only just have one. You know, my dad tells me all the time. Bao tells me all the time. Everybody around me tells me all the time. And it really did get to the point where I was like, man, like secondhand embarrassment. Like the next day, I'd be like, you said this. And I was like, fuck. But did everybody laugh?
Like, yeah, but was it good?
But was it funny? And that's how I would kind of excuse my behavior. Where I was like, si no me metí en pedos, no me peleé con nadie, everyone around me was okay.
Yeah.
Then that was my excuse of like, okay, I'm good.
You wake up, you're like,
Your
Yeah.
wallet
Okay, we
wasn't
good.
okay.
Yeah, my wallet was
Yeah.
not
Yeah.
okay. Yeah. But yeah.
that's
so
actually why I have been trying to have a better relationship with alcohol because I can drink pretty heavily.
Yeah.
And my bill
Yeah.
is ridiculous. So we started getting used to just like having a nice cocktail at home because I have my bar cart where I bring mezcal from Oaxaca. I have like nice bottles on my cart. And then I have my one cocktail. And then when I go out, I have maybe one more because otherwise I can just go and go and go. And then it's so expensive. Every cocktail is over $20. Like I don't have that kind of money. That's crazy.
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah.
You know what I started doing? I started going for the higher percentage stuff. That way you only need like 2 and you're good.
Okay, but you see, the
I have
problem
done
with
that.
that is that I have no like limit.
Same.
And that's what I would do. Sometimes we would go to the Padres games and everybody knows Cutwaters are fucking deathly. And then we get there, they're 2 for $1, bro. And then I'm pounding them because in my head, more percentage, I'll get fucked up faster. But
and
then
they're 2 for 1.
And they're 2 for 1. And next thing you know, I'm just belligerently drunk before first pitch. But then I carried that on into everything that I would do. I would go out with friends for dinner, or we would go just to... I veces ni con el otro Jesús, when we would go to 3rd Ave and just drink and edit and stuff, I would literally choose the beer on draft that had the most alcohol percentage. But then it just like one turned into another. It was just very unhealthy.
Yeah, I
a
taught
slippery
you
slope.
that and I regretted it. Well, because for me, it was like, well, I really am only gonna have 1 or 2 beers, so make it worth it, you know? And I really like Space Dust,
I
and
made
it's
it worth
one
it.
of the higher percentages. Yeah. And so, like,
Whatever
I'd
baby
get, like,
wants, she gets.
Pues tú me dijiste.
I'd get like the higher percentages IPAs or whatever, and then he started to do it too, and then I was like, fuck. You don't want a Corona.
Yeah. And then like that's what would happen. Sometimes we would go to like breweries with some friends, and like, they all have like lagers, and I'm in my mentality, well, I'm just gonna get a fucking stout because that has 10%. But then I'm like 4 stouts in while everyone's still in that first lager. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you're also a fast drinker.
I am, and I try to like not drink so fast, but I do.
Sure.
It's horrible.
Well, I do remember when I met you, you used to chug water like nobody's fucking business. Like anything you would drink, you would like chug it within like 2-3 drinks, you know? And you don't do that anymore, so.
Well, it was my
You're
party
getting there.
trick. I don't know
Oh,
if you
yeah.
had that.
I
Used to be.
do remember
Yeah,
that.
it used to be my
It
party
used to
trick.
be your party trick, yeah, because you can't
That
do
was
that
fun.
anymore.
Good times.
But you know,
When this is over, I want to see.
I'll show you a
Yeah,
video. He actually can't anymore because of the surgery.
That's
but
right,
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And people always try to get him to do it now, and I'm like, no, because he'll do it. Like if he's drunk and you're pressuring him,
Oh, shit.
like he'll
Yeah.
try it. I'm like, you're
It's
gonna
the coolest
fucking
no effect.
send him to the ER, bro. Like no, then
Yeah.
I have to deal with that shit. Like
Yep.
you get to go home. So no, I think I think it's really good that you started to do this challenge with that like with that in mind, because it is all about just building a better relationship with what you think you have a problem with, whether it's alcohol or food or exercising. Like there's people that like have problems, like don't have a healthy relationship with exercising and they overdo it.
Getting up to move. Like
Yeah.
people are so sedentary.
That
We're
too.
sitting right now. We sit at our desks. We sit in the car. And unless you really pay attention, you're probably not getting as much movement as you
Yeah.
should for
No.
even just like a baseline of health.
Yeah.
So,
Well,
yeah.
even for me, like now that I have the ring and I see the difference between like the last 2 months and this, even just these 2 weeks, like it's gonna definitely do something to my brain
Yep.
when I'm not like doing the 2 workouts anymore and I don't see my step count as high. And I can already tell that I'm for sure gonna try to keep something going when it comes
Yeah.
to this. But
yeah, but that's the point.
You're
Yeah.
laughing. Jesus has been laughing over there for like the past.
No,
10
I've just been listening. I was just gonna say
He's
that.
like, this sounds terrible. What the fuck's wrong with y'all?
You guys did this shit on purpose.
not doing
What
this.
the fuck did I come back to?
No to self.
When I relapsed, no, not I didn't relapse, but like when I started drinking again, those first couple drinks were the best drinks ever. So I can't wait to see you guys drink your first beer after 75 days.
Well, I'm gonna get fucking literally.
Well, and
trying-
it's gonna be birthday weekend, so
No, it's gonna hit you faster for sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Drunk Mario's definitely coming back. Just kidding. Es que quieren
Bruh.
es que quieren
you're starting wrong. Cancel him.
I know, like the day. Well, and it really like hit
You
me.
need one of those
Yeah.
buttons.
I don't even know what's on the other ones. If I'm being honest, let's try this.
Oh.
It sounds like a
Okay.
kind of porno is
Bound
that?
chicken wow.
Ah.
Oh.
Oh, okay.
It's a good transition. And we're back.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I got it. What were we saying?
You're an alcoholic.
Oh, yeah.
You have a problem.
You have a problem.
Man, y'all been bullying me all day. Shit. Oh, on New Year's, I like messaged Tabor after that, and I was like, "I'm sorry you saw Drunk Mario."
But
He's-
Tabor was loving it. I
he's a little
told you.
embarrassing, yeah.
And she was like, what do you mean? This isn't regular Mario? I love drunk Mario.
which most people do, which added to
Yeah.
my issue.
Yeah.
But yeah, it is what it is. So I
You're
really
still
just
fun when you're not drunk, baby.
am I though?
You are, yeah.
Am I?
I don't notice like a huge difference. I think you're just more out loud,
Bubbly.
less filter.
Yeah.
Less
But
filter
if
is
you
what it
know
is.
Less
you well
filter
enough,
for sure. Yeah.
you still don't really
Yeah.
have that
Yeah.
filter in a more personal setting.
That's true.
Exactly.
So I don't see a huge difference, but I guess to like the masses, there could be a big difference.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess that's what it was. It was always like, well, you don't really know me that well,
Yeah.
so pues no sabes cómo.
So
me
let me
llamo.
put on my liquid blanket real
Yeah.
quick, and then we'll get to know each other.
But yeah, so that really kind of pushed me forward to like wanting to start it. And on top of that, you guys were doing it, and I was like, I look up to you guys so much too. And I'm just like, well,
Like,
pals,
wait,
I
what,
know.
you're not doing it, loser.
And then as soon as I saw that you posted it, I was like, I was gonna see this in 2 minutes, and she's gonna want to do it. So I was like, fuck
Well,
it.
and it's funny because I looked into doing it at the gym with you guys because I was like, okay, but like full transparency, I just like didn't have the funds for it at the time, and
For
so
sure.
I didn't.
It's also far as hell for you.
And it's far,
Yeah.
and that was the second part where I was like, I really don't. This is gonna make my experience a little miserable because
Yeah.
of like the traffic and because I just don't have like that time
So it just
flexibility
adds
right
a
now.
whole other commitment layer. Where
Yeah.
it's already hard.
Yeah.
So then you're making it even harder to obtain because you got to go all the way there and you got to pay for it. So I get it. Yeah.
So I was like, all right, like maybe just like I'll do it next time or whatever, And I thought it to myself because I never thought Mario would be down to do it. And like, I do like to do these things in a group setting. Like, I
Yeah.
think it's just,
It's
you help
easier.
each other, keep yourself accountable. And like, if I was doing it by myself, I probably would have already like done something to slack off. Like maybe not completely like
Cupcake.
fail, but yeah, like fucking a
Pack
crumble
a single
cookie or
cookie for
something.
me for the way to the party.
if there was cookies in that bin
would've
instead of
done
beer,
that
I would have been
any
all
other
over there.
day. Yeah, it would have been so hard for
Yeah.
me. That's why I'm saying like I get it. Like sit me in front of a freaking box of crumble cookies and I'm done. And yeah, and then that same day, well, that because you saw it, he messaged me and he was like, "So you want to do 75 hard or what?" And I was like, And for the longest time, we talked about doing 75 soft, specifically because he could, like, it's really hard for his schedule to do the 2 workouts. And so when I was telling you, like, oh, we're doing 75 soft, you're like, what the fuck is that shit? And I was like, oh, okay, you're right.
Okay, fine.
And we would come home and her mom would bully her, or like she would say something. I was like, no, I'm still on soft. I didn't get bullied into it. You did.
But the only difference is the 2 workouts. But like, I had to give it to him because his job is labor, you know, like he's on his feet all day. So I was like, okay, that's kind of like a workout on its own.
For
and
sure.
like, I really think that Mario and I would get like divorced before we were even married if he had to get up at 3 a.m. to work out. Cause it's just like, I get it, you know, like that's tough. So that's the only thing. You're doing the water, you're doing the...
And that was another reason that I was like, okay, well, we're already kind of a quarter of the way there. Cause during the week we were eating pretty healthy or pretty clean. I tend to try to stick to at least 2 of these hydro flasks, which is almost a gallon.
Yeah. So now you just do a little more.
Yeah. Now I was already working out, so I was like, what's
what's the
3 more
difference?
days that I needed to add? You know, so, and then like this year we're on even more of a little bit more of a budget because the wedding is so close. So it just kind of helps out a little bit more.
Yeah. It just seemed like a good time to start. So we're like, all right, let's
It was like you with the birth control thing. I was like, well, all this obviously feels serendipitous. I'm already here.
Yep. Anyways, you want to take a little break really fast?
Yeah. Jesus, pause.
Okay.
Y tan solo con el precio me has pagado. Vive con huevos, compa, lo que es. Que si una vez dije que...
And we're back.
Hey.
Hopefully that helps. But yeah, sorry. But yeah, so definitely that. But and the food thing too. Yeah, I think.
Yeah.
You know, sorry, I had a burp. The healthy relationship with food.
Speaking of food,
She's
here
like,
it is.
I'm fucking starving. Especially my snacking. Damn, do I fucking snack a lot.
My gremlin has been unhappy.
Yeah, I'm sure. That's true. I was going to ask you, how's that going?
She came out last night a little bit. I had granola.
Okay.
But it's been hard because I don't have any snacks really at my house.
Well, you
so-
kind of can't, right? Because then you
'cause I
end
don't
up
eat
finding them.
Yeah.
I know. That's how I felt like 2 days ago. I was like, damn, I got no. Yesterday when I was just going through it, I was like, I'm glad there's nothing here because I would have failed,
I would have caved.
But
Yep. Yeah, my gremlin isn't happy right now. She's the most pissed off of all.
Yeah, I'm still shook about the whole.
Sugar.
Yeah.
detox
Yeah.
thing. Yeah. It's very real.
yeah. You know, it's funny because the last
Got a
2 days
Fuji.
I've been very irritable.
But you can still
And now
have
it makes
sugars
sense.
from like fruit and all that,
Like
right?
natural sugars.
Natural
yeah.
sugars.
Which I get that it's like better sugar for you, but I've been I tracked all of my calories and macros with my trainer because mostly I just wanted to see where I was at and where I was struggling the most. Sugar every day.
Yeah.
But even when I was tracking it, like I'm not eating fun sugar.
No.
I'm eating but my banana in the morning like sends my thing all the way up the Richter scale. And I'm like,
Yeah.
I have like 10 grams left and I didn't even do anything. Like,
Yeah, it's horrible.
it's horrible. It's an uphill battle for me still. I won't
But
lie.
even with like the lattes, because on Sundays we have our coffee dates, and I'm like, you mean I can't go on coffee dates? Like, I don't want just like black coffee with honey. Like, no.
Well, you can drink a latte.
What about
An
stevia?
almond milk latte.
Yeah.
I don't know. Can we have stevia?
No. Oh,
We can?
Yeah.
you can.
I do
Oh,
zero
so you can
sugar
have like
stuff.
Coke Zero, Gatorade Zero, things like
Well,
that.
I
No,
know,
Jesus,
'cause
no.
It has to be clean.
Because
so.
you're technically not supposed to be eating like anything. Well, I guess that's drinking, but like processed.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess
Yeah.
you could do stevia. I don't like stevia,
Your
so I
water's
don't
processed
drink it, but
technically.
It is. But I add minerals.
We do.
Celtic salt,
Electrolytes.
bitch.
Water. Electrolytes. Yeah, I mean, you can still do like, okay, so I was actually arguing this with Mario and my mom because I ChatGPT'd it and ChatGPT said it was, but I don't know. But I was wondering if honey is a natural sugar. And technically it is.
Yeah.
So
I
I just
put honey
put
on
honey
everything.
in my
I'm
in
on
my
honey
lattes
and
now.
fruit right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And like fruit, like, yeah, it has a lot of sugar. And like, I understand that like when you're tracking your sugar, it's like, what the fuck? But it's also really good for you,
Yeah.
you know? And like, we're supposed to be eating those things,
Yeah.
especially if you're buying like organic and clean and everything. But like, I don't beat myself up too much on the fruit just because it's
Same.
like you need these things like for your body, you know. So we'll be okay. We'll be okay if my banana puts me over the edge.
This could be sour straws.
It could be, but it's a fucking banana or an apple.
Or some chips.
I know. How's the chip
Don't
journey
cave.
going for you?
Horrible. Because I love me some chips.
Yeah, you do.
That's me with candy. Yeah. Hey, wait. ¿Estás bien?
I miss chips. No, that was really hard. And that's what I meant by like snacking, because I will go buy a family bag size of anything and just kill it that same day.
Yeah, you will.
Get some almonds.
It's not the same.
Trust me. We have it. We have pistachios. We have almonds. We have walnuts. We
That
have
should take away the
pumpkin seeds.
craving. Get a Tic Tac.
Me como toda la cajita. I won't stop.
It's definitely like a mental thing for Mario. Like I think I mean, I don't know if you know this, but chips are designed to, like, the crunch of the chip specifically wants you to want more.
Those ruffle ridges, definitely want me one.
So like
And it works.
God damn,
So, like,
they know
you
their
eat-
shit.
you eat it, a lot of the times it's not so much the flavor that keeps you coming back. It's the texture and the crunch of the chip.
That satisfaction of
The
bite.
satisfaction. And it's like it does something to your brain that triggers like, oh, I liked this. And like, so now you combine all the shitty shit in chips and the crunchy and the flavor, you know, like everything that's like you're not supposed to be eating but is good. And so your brain is like, yeah, we like this. And so the addiction derives more from the experience than the actual flavor of the chip.
Makes sense.
Yeah. So that, like, I think that's why you like very specific chips.
Yeah.
Because you're not like you'll eat other chips, but you don't really care for other ones. Like you specifically like those 3 that you always buy,
Yeah.
you know?
And specifically
ones?
all the shit with flaming hot.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oof.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
that's
I stopped
worse.
eating Flaming Hot like 2 years ago. I've had it here and there.
Yeah.
Like when my friends have it, I'm just like,
Yeah.
give me a hit.
Okay, I'll take a bump.
But there's just so much shit in there.
Yeah.
And I don't know how to say no.
It's
So I just have to
hard,
say
yeah. And it's all
cold
of them. Like
turkey.
as soon as they started coming out with like the Ruffles Flaming Hot and then the blue chip
Yeah, wait.
Dorito. Yeah, I was like, God damn.
She's like, stop talking about
Yeah,
chips.
it's so fucking sorry.
Yeah.
And then Pao not discovered, but she showed me the Cheeto fries. But with the lemon.
The hot fries.
The hot fries
The
with
hot
lemon.
fries are my
Oh
shit.
my
So not the ones with lemon,
God.
but my crack was the Cheeto hot fries. But I would dip them in the cheese, the nacho cheese. That
Ooh,
shit
yeah,
is
that's-
fucking fire.
That's how I like to eat hot Cheetos.
Yeah. I used
But
to
no,
like eating hot Cheetos like
I
that.
like putting it's the worst thing. It's not even real lemon. It's fake lemon. Like the lemon that they sell in the fake
Yep.
lemon plastic one. If you buy that and the hot fries and like,
Oh, yo tengo
Ya se me
hambre.
está
Fuck.
yeah, we gotta
But
stop.
speaking of why it was addicting too, that does have the red dye, right?
Yeah, it does.
No,
Yeah.
we're gonna get rid of it. We should just go.
So we're No, yeah, it does. All
Canceled.
chips do. But you know, it's crazy because like if you look at the ingredient labels in Tijuana, the chips don't have dyes.
and those Doritos
And they
are superior.
taste 100
They're
times
so
better.
bomb.
Yeah.
You got everybody on those.
Yeah,
I know,
they're
you
so
really
good.
did.
Jasmine, Patrick.
Yeah.
They were like, what the fuck?
You know, we didn't have time before our friends, not the friends,
The tamal making.
the tamal Christmas day. I was gonna go to TJ and
get
buy
some.
some for everybody, but we just
Yeah,
didn't
we
have
didn't
time.
have time
But
to go.
those are crack.
Yeah.
Those
they're
fucking
really
Doritos
good.
are crack.
Yeah. So, you know, like everybody's, I don't know, I think people are like freaking out about these dye bans more than they should because like it
I
shouldn't
feel
be
like
anything.
people are either really happy or like
or-
freaking out about it.
Yeah,
There's
right?
like no in between.
Exactly. But like there's so many other countries that make it through without dyes and they still have good things.
Yeah.
Like even chips, you know, like, yeah, okay, they still have a bunch of other things you shouldn't be eating, but at least they don't have the dyes in them.
So that means I'm not gonna have my red fingers anymore.
No, you are
Oh,
because
okay.
they banned but dye 3, not red dye 3, not red 40.
Maltodextrose.
But I mean,
Red
I don't
dye
know.
number
I don't
three.
understand
Never
why they
heard that word more than in today.
It's because I was telling him about everything that happened with Element. I don't know if you heard.
Yeah.
And now he won't stop saying the word.
Maltodextrose. But no, well, it's from Daddy Daycare.
Oh, does he also
Oh.
say
That
it?
scene? There's a scene where they're like signing up the little kids, and the mom and her little girl come, and she's saying all the shit that she's allergic to, but it's all the dyes.
Yeah.
And the little girl goes, maltodextrose.
Oh, I don't
Every time I
remember
think
that.
of
No,
ingredients, I just think of
That's
that.
hilarious.
That's funny.
I don't
Yeah.
even know how to spell maltodextrose.
That's where it ends. I'll just say it a million times.
Maltodextrose.
Spell it out.
Malk. Yeah.
No, I'm super excited about the band because I've been probably better about reading labels for the past 2 years, which it was like the hormone thing where I was just like, I need to practice what I preach. I need to be better about reading my labels. I was already out with a lot of high fructose corn syrup, but I didn't realize how much shit has color in it.
Yeah.
Like we were just talking today,
Unnecessary.
marshmallows have blue in it. For
yeah.
why the fuck?
They're white.
For what
white.
reason?
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
makes no sense. And then a lot of products that I was using, from shampoo to face wash and creams and lotions.
The crema thing that you said?
The
lotion?
Chanel.
Yeah, that
The
really...
Chanel $250 lotion has yellow this, yellow that, like and
for
it's
what?
white.
Yeah.
It makes no sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, that really blew my mind when you said that. 'Cause
Yeah.
I never, like, why?
Yeah.
Exactly. Like they're just these filler ingredients that are not needed, you know? And like, I don't know. I'm really excited about the band also.
Yeah.
I think it's like one small step, you know?
Yeah.
And like I was watching this video and I was like, it actually made me really upset because I was like, why would you even look at it that way? But it was like a news announcement and they were talking about how they were getting rid of dye 3 or red dye 3. Red
Red dye number...
dye-
Maltodextrose.
Red dye number 3. I don't even know what it
Red dye number 3.
and they were talking about how they were getting rid of, like they were banning it. And so he was specifically talking about the different things that are popular that have the red dye number 3 in it. And then at the end goes, so get them while you can. But like, no, don't go get them while you can. Like
You
there's a
should
reason
not
they're
be
banning
eating them
this.
now.
Yeah.
I don't know. All I heard is I need to go stock up on hot Cheetos.
No, because they're not going anywhere. And the dye, this red dye number 3 doesn't flavor it. Like it's not flavoring
It's
it.
just- it's just for color?
dyeing. It's just
Yeah.
for
for color,
color.
yeah.
Yeah. And there's so many things that can color that are more natural.
Yeah.
So yeah. So I was like, that is like really annoying that a news outlet
That's a really weird flex.
putting it that way, you know?
That's not what I meant by you're an influencer influence.
Yeah. No.
Yes, exactly.
But we know for sure it doesn't affect the flavor.
I mean, the chips in Mexico are better, and they
Yeah.
don't have half the shit they have here.
But no, I don't.
So,
I mean, it's petroleum based. So what flavor can it really be bringing to? This is
Yeah.
a piece of information I've never researched, so I can't. I guess I just assume it doesn't affect the flavor because it's a petroleum based item,
Yeah.
and like it doesn't, you know. So I will do some research and get back to you on that.
I
but
will buy some chips with the red dye 3 and then I'll wait for the after red dye 3 and I'll compare.
Okay.
Or we can start selling them the way people started selling Twinkies after they stopped selling that shit. I'm just thinking of all the businesses right now. I'm trying to find the little girl.
he's got the
That
black
sounded weird.
market.
Pause. No, I'm not.
Mario's running an underground chip scheme. Hey,
I don't. Yeah.
you missed that red dye 3?
Yeah, I don't even.
Well,
I
and that's
got
the
you
thing
guys.
that people might actually start going through some type of withdrawal because it is linked to behavioral issues. And so I was reading because I was wondering why they banned number 3 and not 40, because you hear red dye 40 more than you do hear red dye 3. So I was like, interesting, right? So I learned that in California they did ban red dye 40 in all schools, but this is California, like we're not talking nationwide, right? And I was reading that red dye 40, so they haven't linked red dye 40 to cancer. It's possible, but it's just not proven yet the way that they proved that red dye 3 is linked to cancer. But red dye 40 is possibly linked to cancer, not proven yet, which I'm sure it is. Like I think all the dyes are. And it's linked to behavioral issues in people. So
And a lot of inflammatory issues.
And a lot of
as well.
inflammatory issues. Yeah. Because you were saying you saw something about like colon.
They did a lot of the testing, and it was mostly in male rats that it caused cancer specifically. But then all of the rats were getting like inflammation in their rectal and colon.
Yeah.
Which is
And if you
wild
think
as hell.
about it, colon cancer has been on the rise in the last like 10 years, more than
and
ever
healing
before.
your gut and your biome it happens mostly. There's a vitamin that I'm taking actually from Ritual, which I got a link for if anybody wants it. They're an amazing brand. They actually do the testing. There's a lot of brands that say they do testing, but that's not regulated. Whereas this brand actually will not release things until they go through their specific standard, which I really value.
Yeah.
Not only that, but I have a friend from Boston, and she works for the company that manufactures them, and they hand check. She's been to the factory. They hand check every single
love
pill.
that.
And for the one that's for
Every single pill?
before they package it, hand check it.
Wow.
And they have the pre, pro, and postbiotic, which I take, and it has another capsule inside the gel within like another, material. And it actually is designed so that you take it and the first part dissolves, and then the little capsule that's all the way inside of all of that crap gets to your colon, because that's where you heal your gut.
Wow.
So it's designed so that it doesn't dissolve in your stomach. It actually passes all the way through and gets to where it needs to go for the vitamin to actually be
I like
susceptible.
that. I do need this link.
So the red 40, to that degree, it's inflammatory there. So it's fucking with your whole gut biome too. It's not even just about the colon cancer, but that's also obviously an issue from you not having a clear gut. So it's just so poisonous and so slowly on so many parts of the body that it's fucked up.
It really is.
Fucked up.
No, it really is. And I feel like so many kids eat the chips and the candies and all these things that they're being affected at a way younger age than like even we were.
Before they develop too.
Exactly. And so that causes a lot of development issues also.
Wait,
So,
hold on.
yeah.
I found it.
No lactose, no peanuts, no shellfish.
Nothing high in fructose.
Or sucrose or dextrose.
Oh, maltodextrose. Nothing with red eye number 6.
Or number 4.
This will be my kid.
Red eye number 2.
You say maltodextrose for me again? So
Oh, maltodextrose.
I want you to say it like that.
Sorry, it was just bugging me this whole time. I was like, I got to show it.
I don't even remember that movie very well, but that's
I
hilarious.
just watched it.
It's a cute movie. It's a funny movie. Yeah. So I don't know. I am taking this as a win. I think it's like one small step towards a better health
Yeah, I
system.
hope it keeps going.
Me too, because I think we need it. I think our health system. Kelly actually posted something the other day that said, I thought it was so funny. It was like Chinese making a joke about Americans, and it said, "Why do you guys eat like your health system is free?" And I was like,
Yeah. It's
and
so
I was
true.
like, it's true. Like our food is generally crap. And like I used to not be a label reader either.
Yeah.
And I recently became one. I would say like I've at least been reading labels for a year and a half. Maybe 2, like since we've been living here. Because at the apartment, I was pretty like,
No, at the apartment we were.
like living my life,
Yeah.
you know?
Just living.
Yeah. But when I
Wiz
started,
Khalifa
okay,
in
so
that
yeah,
shit.
I am
Young,
going.
wild, and free, baby.
we were just living. But when I started going to the nutrióloga is when I really was like, okay, I need to get this shit in order. Because that's when I generally felt really sick. Like I started going to the nutritionist because I felt sick. I felt tired all the time. Nothing in me would lose weight. Like I just felt like shit. So I was like, I'm obviously doing something wrong here. And when I started talking to her, all of these things started to click. And so I started reading labels. And the one thing that I just stay away from now is anything that says natural flavors. Because I've discovered, and for people that don't know this, that natural flavors is an ingredient that these companies get to hide ingredients in. So they say that they're sugar-free, but in these natural flavors is all this sugar, right? Or they'll say that it doesn't have a certain dye, but if it has if the percentage is at least
Or, low
small enough,
yeah.
then they get to hide it there. So I just feel like you think you know what you're eating, even when there's something there's things you can buy that's 5 ingredients and the 5th ingredient will say natural flavors.
Yeah.
And now you don't know what you're eating anymore. So that's like that's the first thing I started with. Like not even the high fructose corn syrup or the dyes or
Yeah.
anything. I started with that. And then now I'm like, okay, yeah, none of
Yeah.
this other stuff either.
And that's why our Costco trips are $400, guys. So we are really blessed that we could afford this shit too.
Yeah. And it is,
Yeah.
and that's why even with like this challenge, I was like, okay, well, we are going to have to buy more now because like it's more protein. Cause like he's also trying to hit his macros. I'm trying to hit my macros. Like all
That
of
shit's
these
hard,
things.
huh?
Well, I do it for him.
I really like protein.
You do?
I fucking, yeah.
Good for
I'm
you.
like
I
eating
wish
and
I had
I'm
that
like,
problem.
I will-
cannot.
Yo, I cried over my pasta. the
I
other
will-
day.
I will
made
eat
like
a
a
cow.
protein pasta, and I was just like, I don't want to eat this anymore.
Yeah. No, I love like even the pasta that even the protein pasta that we got. Like I really liked it. It's just unfortunate because it gets hard pretty quick. So when I have it out when I'm working, it just doesn't taste
Yeah,
as
it's
good.
not the same.
But no, yeah, I can definitely eat.
Oh,
Yeah.
that was the lentil pasta.
Yeah. Oh, that's what it was.
I
Yeah.
haven't tried that yet. I feel like that's really good full circle, though. I feel like people do challenges like 75 hard because the world already makes it so difficult, and you have to read the labels, and you don't know what you're even reading. And if you don't do the research or you don't know why it's bad, then you're just like, fuck it. Like
Yeah.
everything's got it. So you just buy it. And
Yeah.
then you start to feel shitty, and then you have to do these challenges so you can like come back to a baseline. And it's
Yeah.
this hamster wheel that we're on because they just need to get rid of all this shit that they put in our food.
They do.
That's
it's
it.
just
Like,
unnecessary.
yeah.
And then when you think
know?
about it, December is like, at least for like Latinos, it's like you have the posadas.
Mm-hmm.
Then with your friends group, you have all the friendsmasses and then the Friendsgiving, and it's all
Those last 3 months of the year.
you're eating like
killer.
they're bound
Yeah.
to kill you.
yeah. Like I
know?
was going to the trainer all of December, and like luckily, knock on wood, I was porque I was able to like just stay the same weight. But like if not, oh hell no, December and November, I would have been like another 400 pounds again.
Yeah, no, yeah, and our food has a big effect on the way that we feel and the weight that we gain, because a lot of the times you're just bloated. Like your gut is so inflamed because of everything that you're eating that you're prone to being bloated. And like I read this thing the other day where I was like, this is true, because this is something that I used to say a lot. And like I don't think I'm allergic to gluten, but at one point I was like, maybe I am. And then it started becoming like, I think we're all just allergic to gluten, but we're not allergic to gluten. We're allergic to everything else that they pair with gluten, because like when we were in Italy, how much fucking bread did we not eat?
We were eating for days.
Pasta did we not eat? And like not once felt sick, like not once got heartburn, not once felt like I needed to throw up after I ate. And we were eating a lot,
Yeah. Well, the wake up call for me was when we went to Germany.
To Germany,
And it wasn't really
yeah.
a wake up call. It was kind of like a moment of realization, but I didn't do shit about it because I still came back and ate hella hot
You're
Cheetos.
like, damn, that's crazy.
What's funny,
The hot Cheetos.
we were on a tour. I don't know if you guys remember it. And I spotted a bag of hot Cheetos in a store, or you did. I forgot who it was. And I was going crazy. I was like, we got to get off right now. Like, I'm craving some hot Cheetos. But that's when like my gout was at its prime. And
Your heartburn.
And my heartburn was at its prime too. Like there was nights where I had to sleep sitting up because like my heartburn was like bad.
shit.
Yeah. And when we went to Germany, as soon as we got there, Germany and Spain, like everything that we were eating a shit ton, and I didn't have like no GERD or no regurgitation those whole 2 weeks that we were there.
We came back with all the medicine that his mom
Yeah.
sent us with.
And
'cause
we had
didn't eat
McDonald's almost daily in
Yeah.
Germany.
Yeah,
did.
we
In
did eat a
Germany,
lot
we
of
did.
McDonald's.
Fire in Europe, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
Those potato
McDonald's,
wedges alone.
the meat is so good.
Yeah.
Like it just tastes different.
Yeah, it really does.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which is why I was okay with it.
And
you
I was
know?
surprised,
Like, let's
especially
do it.
after Germany, because like there was no vegetables out there. Like when we
It's
got
all
to
Germany
Spain,
was tough.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's all
when-
potatoes and meat.
yeah, we went to
Fried,
My
I mean.
favorite.
yeah, for real, it was all good. 'Cause we went to
Yeah.
Germany, and then because when we flew there, we flew into Spain because it was
Madrid.
cheaper. Yeah,
Yeah.
Madrid, and then from Madrid we did to Germany, and then since we were gonna spend time in Spain, we're like, well, fuck it, tangent. But anyways, yeah. Once we left Germany, we had been eating so much fried food and
Potato.
potato that I was like, I'm bound to get a gout attack. Like it's coming. I know it. Like in my head, estaba bien
Yeah.
traumado. And no, we got to Spain and I was fine.
Yeah.
We ate a salad though.
Yeah,
the first thing we ate
was a
in
salad,
Madrid
yeah.
was
You're
a
like,
salad.
just in case.
But yeah, so yeah, I think it's just one of those things. And Mario is also exaggerating. We don't spend $400 at Costco. And that is
like
another
300.
thing.
It's 300.
That is another thing that $399.99. No, that's another thing that, like, you know, eating organic is a little more expensive. But I don't think it's that much more expensive to where we can't at least like change our diet to the better ingredients and the better things.
Although,
you know?
now I'm going to fuck you up. My Toastmasters club is incredible because we have an incredibly diverse group of people.
Mm-hmm.
And there's this one professor, which it was interesting to hear why he was there because I was like, bitch, you're a professor. What's your public speaking practice for? You do this every day.
Yeah.
And he's really well spoken. However, he said that he comes across really angry to his students. So he wanted to work on like his temperance. So he tries to do very like playful topics so that he can practice like just being more lighthearted. He gave a speech on the difference between organic and inorganic.
Yeah.
And was like, it actually just means that the way that the chemicals are produced
Yeah,
is
I have
organic. So
seen that.
essentially it's the same thing. He's a brilliant, like very well versed in all kinds of subjects, like multiple degrees. And I didn't know that that was the case. So then I was like, great.
I gotta add this shit to the fucking list.
Yeah. So that one's been fucking me up for a couple months.
Yeah.
But
I think you had already mentioned it to me, and I had heard that too. And I've also heard that like you can't guarantee that the soil that they're using wasn't at one point, or like it has to have gone through like 20 years of processing without any type of pesticide or anything for it to actually be clean and organic. I think for me, it's like when you compare a non-organic strawberry and an organic strawberry.
for sure.
And the fucking non-organic one is the size of my hand and the organic one is small.
Little baby,
you know?
the way it's supposed to be.
Like
Yeah.
little things like that I'm like, okay, well, I'm gonna take my chances here
sure,
because
yeah.
you know, but there are things that we won't buy organic. Even like with the meat, like I've learned that just because it says grass-fed doesn't mean that it's been grass-fed its entire life. It means that it could potentially mean it was
Right
was
before.
But like
grass-fed.
then they give
Right
you the
before,
last
like, right
day of their
before,
life,
yeah.
last meal.
So now so now you have to look for grass-fed and grass-finished, and then they say that if it's both, then it doesn't have all the nutrients, and that's why they have to give it the corn and the whatever they're giving it. It's a lot. It's
Yeah.
definitely a lot of information.
It's overwhelming,
and
yeah.
It's overwhelming, and I think
What stressed me out was the eggs. Because your boy loves some eggs, and I'll go through them. And when she's like, no, it has to be pasture raised, no sé qué tanto, hand fed by God, and all this other shit. And I was like,
I was like,
damn.
well, I think
I
what
was
killed
so into
me
it for a moment. I was like, wait,
Where's he going? He's
You know-
cooking.
he really does love that protein. Damn.
what killed me with the eggs was when the whole Vital Farms things happened.
Oh yeah.
Because that to me was like, well, you're trusting this brand that now it's called green labeling, right? When they're like,
think so, yeah.
yeah. And another thing that I recently learned, I can go on for like with
She's very
about these
passionate
things
about
for
this,
days,
guys, if
yeah.
you haven't
But this is the
noticed.
last thing I'm going to talk about.
This
Then
is
we're
why
going to
it's
wrap it up.
$400.
You wanted to stop talking.
She said she's a TikTok.
Got you.
The latest thing I learned is that, I don't know, they teach you that the yolk in the egg, if it's orange, it means it got more sunlight, but it's actually not true. It's not. So it doesn't matter. Like your egg yolk can be light or it can be dark or not. It has nothing to do with the amount of time it's spent outside or what it's eating. It has nothing to do with the amount of time that it's spent outside. It has things to do with what it's eating, but it doesn't matter like just because it's darker or lighter, you know? So that was another crazy one for me because I remember thinking like, well, when we buy the pasteurized organic from Trader Joe's, it's not as orange as when we buy the ones from Vital Farms. So then the Vital Farms has to be better, you know?
Yep.
But there's this farm up in Ramona that one of my friends discovered, and she went up to get eggs. And
Was it called like Happy Hen or something?
True.
Yes, there's one. There is one. I've heard really good things about that one,
True.
but I don't
True
know.
eggs is what the eggs are called. I don't know what the.
Happy,
it might be
Happy Hen is one that I want to go.
True. I was like thinking of what it was called. So that I wanna-
Maltodextrose.
Maltodextrose.
Did you know all this shit, Jesus?
No.
Truly happy hens. Yeah, happy
He's
hens.
just absorbing.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not gonna read my label still, but
Okay.
I'll
Yeah.
be sort of conscious.
Let me. Okay, I'm going to read this to you guys so that I give you the right information. A deeper, richer egg yolk color can be a sign of nutrient density, but it can also be manipulated using food dyes, marigold,
Yellow
calendula,
40.
Yellow
and
40.
paprika to appear more nutritious, while the many times it's not the case. So yeah, so I guess it doesn't really matter if it's more orange or not, because it's being like manipulated. So that to me was just like, okay. So then now what,
Yeah.
and like I don't really eat eggs, so I'm like, well, like, but Mario eats so much egg
Yeah.
that,
Huh?
Pause. No, but I do like eggs.
yeah.
Hence the name. It's probably where it came from.
What?
What
Oh,
were you saying?
your name?
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Well, but you know where I can tell though between like the cheap eggs or cheaper eggs and then like the ones
more
with
expensive ones.
yeah, is the how hard the shell is. Like I've had some like really cheaper eggs where I'll just like barely tap it and it's all fucking
They all,
splatter. Yeah.
three of them break. Yeah.
Yeah.
You put
You
them down
also-
on the table.
Yeah. And the ones from Ramona, those like I had to fucking crack that shit.
Yeah.
And you also say that these keep you full longer, no?
Those did keep me fuller longer.
Or like
yeah.
even like when you buy when we buy the Vital Farm ones
Yeah.
versus the like Trader Joe's ones.
So
or
you can
something.
tell like small differences, but it was
I know when he started noticing these differences, I was like, oh, I'm so proud.
proud mama.
He even like will go to the grocery store and like if there's no pasteurized organic, like he just won't buy eggs. And I'm like,
Or I'm just
qué
broke that week.
or he's like, or I'm just gonna save myself the
Yeah.
$15.
I guess something I've realized is when you buy more expensive chocolate, it's actually a lot better too for you
Chocolate?
as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I
the
always love
darker-
like M&Ms or like Snickers, but I went to the grocery store once and I saw like this $10 chocolate bar. I was like, let me just try it and see. And yeah, it was actually good. And it literally just says like cocoa and whatever the heck.
There's
Water.
a brand from France that makes like chocolate truffles and they fill them with like white chocolate champagne filling. They're so fucking good. But for like 5 of them, it's like $40.
Yeah.
Phew.
And if I see them, I always buy them because they're so good.
I don't know if these are expensive, but I
But
I
not
would
for 60 more days.
for real.
We're almost there.
I'd fuck up some Godiva tacos, but the paws, the balls. That's what
No,
he
you like the
does.
Lindor,
Oh yeah,
The Whoppers.
the
Lindor
Lindor
balls.
chocolates.
I love me some
Balls.
Lindor balls.
Yeah, no, most of the time. Well, like chocolate, for example, like dogs aren't supposed to eat chocolate, but if they eat a Snickers or a Kit Kat, they're gonna be okay because it's
Not real
not real
chocolate.
chocolate. So a lot of people freak out when their dogs get into like their candies because they think like we're all programmed to know that dogs are like chocolate's poisonous to dogs, but it's really only when it's like true chocolate.
Really cacao.
Your
And
dog
Yeah.
won't die because of your basic.
It's not gonna die because they ate an M&M. No. So yeah, I learned that once too because I had a dog that ate a lot of chocolate and I was like, holy shit, it's gonna die. And then I was like, oh no, it's not. It just ate a lot of sugar, so it's gonna die of diabetes, but not because it's allergic to
it's gonna
chocolate.
get the runs. That's the worst that will happen.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, there's a lot of things out there. I think it's important to say to like do your own research and like keep in mind that like don't let it overwhelm you, because I think for me
Yeah.
at the beginning I was just like everything has to change, you
Yeah.
know, and I've learned that it can't be that way because we're just surrounded by it and it's really hard to just like completely get rid of everything.
I usually advise people to pick one ingredient, and then once you're like conscious of that and you don't even think about it anymore, because it's just then you pick the next thing. So for me, it was first the sugars, the natural flavors, because that was just like easy.
Yeah.
And then it was like, okay, now we'll start to get rid of the colors. Now we'll start to get rid of the oils, and then that's a whole other story.
That's a whole
But I
freaking
feel like if you
story.
try to bite off the whole thing, then you're bound to fail because it's so overwhelming. So pick one, master that, even if it takes a month, and then pick the next ingredient you kill, and then that one goes with it. And then you just, by the end of it, then it just becomes second nature, and you don't even think about it anymore because
Yeah.
you've done it little by little.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And another thing that really helped me too was that like I just finished what I had. You know, like if I had something that had natural flavors in it, for example, like,
Yeah.
all right, like I've been eating it, like truly the last half of the box that's left or whatever it is, like it's fine. We're just going to finish it and then we'll replace it. Say it's granola, like then we'll replace the granola when I finish, you know, like things like that. Cause I think at the beginning it was really overwhelming. It was like, well, I have to throw my whole pantry away, you know? Yeah. And even with other things too, like cleaning products, like I tried to go like clean products and stuff. So it was like, okay, well, I can't throw all this away, but once I'm done with this bottle, then I won't buy it and I'll buy something else. You
Yep.
know? So do your own research. Definitely like just do what sits right with you and find a balance too. I think balance
Yeah.
is really important. I generally live by like the 80-20 rule. Like it's going to happen. It's going to be around. Like you're going to go to people's houses that are going to use the oils or are going to use the natural, like things
Yep.
with natural flavors, you know, like
And
don't
you have
kill
to
yourself
live a
over it.
little. So
Exactly.
use that 20%. Yeah.
We all need some hot Cheetos.
Yes. When you're
Are you
at
good?
a friend's house.
We need hot Cheetos.
I just got like PTSD of like how at the when we're grocery shopping, he's like, we can't get that. I just want some Takis, man.
I'm just trying to keep you alive for longer, you know?
Takis.
Just want you around longer. Sorry. If I wanted to kill you, I'd just keep giving you the chips and the cheap eggs.
Either way, if they start living this lifestyle, they're gonna have to get a second or third job. So you're not gonna have time to eat
That's not
anyway.
true.
So
That's
God bless you.
That's not true.
Nope.
But yeah, that was enough. Enough of a lesson for today.
Do you have a
Get
lesson
off
for
my
anybody?
soapbox. What? That wasn't enough?
Where am I?
It's like, damn, I'll do better next time.
Y'all did great, but next time do better. We had a pep talk. What, Jesus?
What?
Welcome
How do you
back.
say it in Japanese again?
Nani?
Nani?
Nani? Nani?
Nani?
Nani?
Nani?
I start saying that. Nani? Maltodextrose. But
Yeah,
guys,
the lesson is just don't bite off more than you can chew. Take it a
Yeah.
day at a time, just
Yeah.
like everything else. Little by little. Play the long game.
and stop finger pointing.
Yeah.
I'm just circling back to the first conversation we had.
It's like,
Thank
who's
you for
finger
agreeing with me,
pointing?
Celia. Next time you're gonna sit over there. No, because
because
you
we
agree
look
with
at
me,
each
so I
other.
can, yeah.
You're going to give him the confidence boost he's looking for.
Oh man.
I just didn't know where that was coming from. I'm sorry.
Gosh.
We're an hour in, okay?
Anyways, guys, we're all tired here. We all need a snack. I think this is a good place to end it. Jesus,
eat some
welcome back.
blueberries.
Yeah.
Can't eat a snack.
We really missed
Yogurt.
you. We're glad you made it through life these past few months.
Yes.
Through everything you went through, and we did miss you. Everybody missed you. We got a lot of messages.
Yes.
But we're glad you're back.
Yay.
Oh yeah.
Buy the merch.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Buy the merch.
I don't know
So we
if we're
can-
gonna are we gonna extend it?
The
Pasadena Humate State.
No, they're overstocked already.
No,
no, but
not
they
money.
need,
They need money.
monetary. We might extend it. We'll see. Keep posted.
Okay. Buy the merch.
Buy the merch.
Look at our Instagram for more
Yeah.
information.
But anyways, guys, thank you so much. Thank you for all the support. Y'all been amazing. Sorry for the delay in all the podcasts, but you know what? We got lives to live.
There was a lot going on in the world. It just didn't feel right.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. But guys, live your best life. Fight your fears. Stock up on hot Cheetos, Doritos, all that good shit. Just kidding. Don't listen to me. At the end of the day, the only thing that you regret are the things that you did not do. So vive con huevos, guys. We out of here. We love you. Peace.
Bye.
Bye.
With the eggs.